What if everything you were told about Jesus was designed to keep you from the one thing he actually wanted you to find? Not his miracles, not his resurrection, but the secret that lives inside you, the one he called the kingdom. For nearly 2,000 years, certain teachings were hidden, burned, buried, declared forbidden. The men who controlled the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD chose what would remain in your Bible and what would disappear. But in 1945, in a clay jar buried beneath the Egyptian desert near a place called Hammadi, those lost words were found. Words that Jesus spoke only to those he called the chosen. Words that were never meant for the crowd. These are not conspiracy theories. These are manuscripts, historical documents, ancient ink on ancient papyrus. The Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Philip, the Gospel of Truth, all preserved, all waiting. All waiting, and inside them, 7 truths that change everything you thought you knew about who you are. 7 secrets Jesus protected with silence during his ministry, revealed only to those whose inner eyes were open. The question is not whether these teachings exist. The question is, were you chosen to receive them? Stay until the end, because the 7th secret, the one about who the chosen truly are, may redefine your entire existence. Let us begin. The secret of inner knowledge. There is a word that Jesus used that was never fully translated into the religion that bears his name. That word is gnosis. And in the ancient Greek manuscripts closest to his original Aramaic, it does not simply mean knowledge. It means direct experience of the divine. Not belief, not doctrine, not faith, received from either person. The direct encounter of God within your own consciousness. In the Gospel of Thomas, one of the manuscripts discovered at Nag Hammadi, Jesus says something that never appears in the canonical Bible. If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. This is not a call to believe harder. This is a call to excavate something already present inside you. The Aramaic root of the word Jesus used for within you is bkhunn, meaning literally in the interior of your nature. Not your thoughts, not your emotions, the interior of your nature. This teaching was radical in the 1st century, and it remains radical today, because it means that no institution holds the key to your salvation. It means that Jesus was pointing to something inside the human being that requires no intermediary. The Gnostic communities that formed around these teachings understood this deeply. They did not build cathedrals. They sat in circles. They spoke of visions. They used Aramaic words as frequencies, sounds that opened something in the body and mind. The first secret Jesus left for the chosen is this: the path to God does not go outward. It goes inward. What you have been seeking in temples, in scriptures and rituals, it was already inside you, waiting to be brought forth. And the word that activates this recognition, in Aramaic, is dib, embodied knowing that does not require proof, because it is lived. The divine spark. You are not what they told you. The second secret is the one that changes the most, because it does not change your beliefs. It changes your identity. In the Gnostic tradition, particularly in the texts closest to the original teachings of Jesus, there is a concept called pneuma, the divine breath, the spiritual particle. And Jesus, in multiple sayings preserved in the Nag Hammadi library, teaches that this particle exists inside every human being. Not just the righteous, not just the religious, every human being. The Gospel of Philip, discovered at Nag Hammadi, describes this in unforgettable language. The one who has knowledge is a free person. And a free person does not sin, for anyone who sins is a slave. Truth sets free. What Jesus is describing is not moral behavior. He is describing ontology, what you are at the core of your being. In Aramaic, Jesus used the phrase Bar-Laha, Son of God, not as an exclusive title reserved for himself alone. He used it to describe the true nature of every conscious being. The spark of the divine does not need to be earned. It needs to be remembered. This is the second secret. You are not a fallen creature seeking redemption from outside. You are a divine particle temporarily inhabiting a material form. And Jesus knew it. He said it clearly. He was simply surrounded by people who were not yet ready to hear it. But you are watching this video, which means something in you is already ready. The words of Jesus in Aramaic open different pathways back to divine alignment. Each one represents a frequency capable of restoring something fragmented in human consciousness. Understanding these frequencies is the first step, but mastering their vibration in your daily life is where the true miracle happens. Aramaic words carry a sound dimension that is deeply vibrational, and some of these pronunciations may reach your ear slightly differently depending on how they are rendered. To help you embody each frequency with precision, I created a collection of 5 sacred study guides, each one dedicated to a specific Aramaic declaration and its practice. Inside, you'll find the correct pronunciation, guided meditations, and daily activation rituals. The link is pinned in the comments. Your deeper transformation begins there. The false creator, why the world feels wrong. The third secret is the most unsettling and perhaps the most liberating. In Gnostic cosmology, preserved in texts, Jesus is believed to have transmitted to his closest disciples. The material world was not created by the highest God. It was created by a lesser being, called the demiurge, a word that comes from the Greek meaning craftsman or maker of the world. This concept appears in the Apocryphon of John, one of the most detailed Gnostic texts recovered at Hammadi. In it, Jesus is depicted explaining to his disciple John that the God of the Old Testament, the one who thunders, judges, and demands sacrifice, is not the ultimate divine source. He is the Archon, the ruler of material reality, a being of great power but limited wisdom. And what does this mean for you? It means that the sense of alienation you feel, the feeling that this world does not quite fit, that something essential is missing, is not a symptom of failure. It is a symptom of origin. You feel like a stranger here because a part of you is from elsewhere. In Aramaic, Jesus spoke of the Alma, the world, as a temporary system, a veil, not the final reality. He said, "You are not of this world. I am not of this world." He was not speaking only of himself. He was pointing to the nature of the divine spark inside every one of the chosen. The material world pulls. It controls. It creates anxiety, scarcity, and fear. Those are the tools of the demiurge. But Jesus offered a way through, not by escaping the body, but by recognizing that the body is not all that you are. If something in you is shifting as you receive this teaching, trust that movement. It is your original nature recognizing itself. The 5 sacred study guides were designed to walk beside you as that remembrance deepens, layer by layer, word by word, frequency by frequency. Each guide carries the full context of these sacred declarations, their sound, their meaning, and their power to dissolve what no longer belongs to you. The link is pinned in the comments. Your return to wholeness has a next step. The true kingdom, a reality hidden in plain sight. When Jesus said the kingdom of heaven, most people imagined a location, a place you go after death, a reward waiting at the end of a virtuous life. But the 4th secret reveals something completely different. In the Gospel of Thomas, the collection of 114 sayings that scholars believe may be older than the Gospel of Mark, Jesus says, "If your leaders say to you, 'Look, the kingdom is in the sky,' then the birds of the sky will precede you. If they say, 'It is in the sea,' then the fish will precede you. Rather, the kingdom is inside you, and it is outside you. Inside you and outside you." This is not poetic metaphor. In the Aramaic framework, Jesus taught within. This is a precise description of the nature of consciousness. The Aramaic word for kingdom is malkuta, and it does not primarily mean a place. It means a ruling presence, a sovereign reality, something that governs wherever it manifests. When Jesus told his disciples to pray, "Thy kingdom come," the Aramaic form of that prayer is tatima. Let your ruling presence be born here, through us, through this moment. The kingdom is not a destination. It is a state of being that becomes available when the divine spark within you activates. The Gnostic texts teach that most human beings walk through life with that spark dormant. They call this state Hayal, the deep sleep of the material. The chosen are those who wake from that sleep. And the fourth secret is this: the kingdom of God is not waiting for you at the end of your life. It is waiting for you at the depth of this breath. Right now, in this moment, if you know how to enter it, the chosen, who they really are now. We arrive at the seventh secret, the one that redefines everything. Throughout this teaching, we have used the word chosen, and you may have wondered, chosen by whom? And for what? In the Gnostic understanding of Jesus's teachings, the chosen are not selected by divine favoritism. They are not a genetic lineage. They are not a religious denomination. They are not a nation or a race. The chosen are those in whom the divine spark has awakened to its own nature. In the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus says, "Blessed are the solitary and the chosen, for you will find the kingdom, because you came from it, and you will return to it." The Aramaic root of chosen gviy carries within it the meaning of the gathered ones, those who have been gathered back to the memory of their origin. You are not chosen because you are better. You are chosen because something in you has begun to remember. The fact that you are still here watching, listening, absorbing, is not coincidence. The Gnostic tradition teaches that certain teachings cannot be received by those whose spark has not yet stirred. They pass by Italiano, they dismiss it, they mock it, or they simply do not see it. But you have received this teaching today, and receiving it is itself a form of activation. The Gospel of Philip says, "The one who has knowledge knows where they come from and where they are going." The seventh secret, the final secret Jesus left for the chosen, is this: being chosen is not something done to you from outside. It is something that awakens inside you and chooses itself. Before we close, I want to give you something that few have received: the transformation protocol. There is one Aramaic word that Jesus used in a moment of healing that encodes everything we have discussed today. That word is Ephatha. In the Gospel of Mark, the only gospel that preserves this word, in its original Aramaic sound, Jesus touches the ears of a deaf man and speaks this single word: Ephatha, be opened. But in Aramaic, this word carries layers the translation cannot hold. The root pthah does not only mean physical opening. In the mystical Aramaic tradition, it means, let what has been sealed within you by this world, by fear, by shame, by the weight of material existence, be released. Ephatha is not just a prayer. It is a declaration of remembrance. How to pronounce and use Ephatha pronunciation. Let the middle syllable open. Do not close it. Breathe it outward. When to use it? At the moment you feel closed off from yourself, from clarity, from peace, at the beginning of prayer or meditation. When anxiety arrives, when you feel the weight of the material world pressing down. The intention? Do not use this word as a request. Use it as a declaration. You are not asking to be opened. You are declaring to every layer of your being that the seal placed on you by this world no longer has authority over the divine spark within you. The practice: sit in stillness. Place your hands open on your lap. Take 3 slow breaths. On the 4th breath, exhale and speak or whisper Ephatha, then remain in silence for at least 2 minutes. Allow whatever arises to arise without resistance. According to the Gnostic understanding of Jesus's teachings, the consistent use of sacred Aramaic sound vibrations does not merely calm the nervous system. It begins to dissolve the Hayal, the deep sleep, layer by layer, until the pneuma, your original divine nature, begins to govern your perception rather than the fears of the material world. This is not religion. This is remembrance, and Jesus left it for you. Did you feel something shift today? Did these words touch something deeper in you? If they did, leave the word awakening in the comments. That is your confirmation that the light within you is moving. And when the light moves, it needs a path. Discover our complete collection of 5 sacred study guides created to carry your transformation beyond this moment. The link is pinned in the comments. Your next step is waiting. Right now, before you close this video, come to the comments and tell us, what did you feel? What shifted? We read every single response. And if this teaching found you today, subscribe to this channel. Every day we go deeper into the ancient frequency codes that were always meant to be yours. We are just scratching the surface of this ancient power. Get ready, because in our next video, I will reveal even deeper Aramaic codes that unlock spiritual authority you've never imagined. Make sure you are subscribed and have notifications turned on so you don't miss this unfolding revelation.